It's my honor no na to share to you guys my personal experience and of course yung learnings ko all throughout my USANA journey. So thank you Coach Alvin. And sobrang sipag po niya ni Coach Alvin. Isa yan sa mga nakita ko talaga na leaders na very passionate in building the business and we should be more like him, no? Grabe, sobrang ano niya, napaka disciplined as a leader, no? Kaya naman full-time na siya sa USANA, 'di ba? Kasi he has already developed that discipline eh. Okay, so welcome everyone, no? Especially sa mga bago natin. Ayan si Coach Jen, grabe, nasa Italy na ulit. Good to see you Coach Jen, no? Na-miss ka namin and of course to everyone to Intensity for attending yung mga Wednesday HIIT trainings no na continuously. Ako guys, kahit na wala akong downline, kahit meron, attend ako niyan. No, because I need to continuously learn and improve myself. Okay? So, let me share my screen kasi parang 1 hour lang daw yung oras ko. So, kailangan kong bilis. Okay, so to be honest, ang NDO po, no, just to be honest with you guys, hindi po kaya yan ng isang oras lang. Sabi nga ni Coach Alvin kanina, di ba? Parang 5 hours yung NDO niya. So ako pagkakasyahin ko in an hour. So technically that's impossible. Pero syempre, I'm going to make good use of the time that I have here tonight. So I'll make sure yung mga key points na pwedeng yun na lang muna i-focus ko. But kumbaga sa mga bago dito, one of the most foundational trainings is what we call the NDO. So kaya sobrang crucial na na-attendan talaga natin lahat ng mga NDOs, no? Hindi lang isa, hindi lang dalawa, but as much as possible every NDO or new brand partners orientation that we can. Okay? So just to give you a short a glimpse of who you're talking to right now, sino nagsasalta sa inyo ngayon. So I'm Jermaine Jeff Bachelier. I live all the way here in Cainta, Rizal. So I've been with this Sana for a decade, no? So I've been building the business for over a decade. Magi 11 years na po ako sa February. Di ba? Grabe no how time flies, no? Grabe talaga. Pero I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. USANA has been, if not, no, one of the best decisions that I've made in my life. So yun po yung gusto kong i-share sa inyo ngayon all throughout. Siyempre, nandyan yung skills, nandyan yung mga kailangan nating malaman na technicalities and all. Pero more than that, I want you guys to come out of this training na alam mo yun, na you feel like you made the right decision with your USANA business. Kasi at the end of the day, if you feel like you're doing something worthwhile, you're doing something na alam mo may kapalit in the end, 'di ba? So you'll be doing it more passionately, you'll be doing it ng sabihin na nating mas ganado ka, 'di ba? Energized ka and you're going to push yourself to your limits kasi you know that there's something out of this eh. Kung ano man yung effort na ibibigay nyo, alam nyo na may kapalit yan at the end of it. As opposed to somebody na, I mean, nag-iisa na lang pero hindi talaga siya sure kung anong mangyayari after, no? After a year, after 2 years, after 3 years. Of course, there's no certainty naman. But what I can guarantee you guys no, is that your USANA journey will eventually help you to grow. It'll help you to learn something new. And eventually, that's what will get you the results that you are working on no towards. Pero syempre, yung time frame niyan will differ from person to person. Okay? So, ang background ko po, again, nabanggit ni Coach Alvin kanina. So, I was in construction. It's a family-owned business. Kaya ito po yung ginagawa ko. Ayan. So, nagdo-drawing po ako. So, nagdo-drawing po ako ng mga floor plans and then mga 3D models. So, yan po yung ginagawa ko for the time being that I was employed by my dad. So, pero to be perfectly honest, no, just to give you sa context lang din ng training natin na to. So, when I was doing this, sa totoo lang, hindi ko talaga gustong gawin yan. So, bakit? Kasi nga, nakita ko yung stress, yung pagod ng dad ko, nag-suffer yung health niya. Tapos, ang daming mga factors na hindi talaga ako na enticed, no, na alam mo yun, na pumalit sa kanya. So parang I was really looking for a different opportunity. I was looking for a way out, parang ganun. Although I was really inclined also to help my dad kasi syempre family business nga yan di ba? Kaya lang, for me, it wasn't really the life that I wanted. Kasi nga I grew up technically, wala akong relationship sa tatay ko. So I didn't have much time with my dad because he was really busy with his business. So understood naman yon kasi nga it's his own. Pag sinabi ngang self-employed, yung S na yan, later on madidiscuss natin yan. Yung S na yan, that self-employed, it's still employment. Yun nga lang, mas matakaw pa yan sa oras mo. Kasi ang tawag namin dyan soloista. Okay, so you do everything. So it earns more money than employment, kaya lang it requires more time. So yan yung ma-discuss natin later on. Kaya balik lang din ako dito, no? So I was really looking for an opportunity for me to somehow provide for my family. Pero alam mo yun, not through how our family business work. Hindi naman sa ayoko siya kasi nga malaki naman talagang income sa construction, no? Lalo na pag DPWH ka, de joke lang. Pero anyways, kumbaga, yung pangongontrata, it really makes money. Kaya lang, you have to understand na hindi lang kasi pera yung habol ko that time. I always remind people, no? It has to be clear sa inyo, ano ba talaga yung goal nyo? Bakit kayo nag-USANA in the first place? Kasi for a lot of people, they feel like USANA is a way for them to make money, which is good naman. Kaya lang you have to understand, USANA will pay you. Yung pera kasi sa USANA, sa dulo siya eh. So it's actually the last thing that you will experience. So marami ka pang pagdadaanan. Kaya don't go into this business thinking profit ka agad. Okay, so alam ko nandito yung isang bagong brand partner under my team, no, si Aaron. Ang ganda ng reason niya. Si Aaron just started just over a month ago. Pero ang reason niya lang why he started USANA is because he wants to grow. So he wants to learn, 'di ba? Grabe. Sabi ko pag ganyan yung mindset ng lahat ng nag-join sa USANA, 'di ba definitely they're passionate in doing it kasi they're growing, they're learning as opposed to somebody na pumasok sa USANA tapos thinking, I have to earn kagad. 'Di ba? Tapos parang 1 month na wala pa siyang earning. So parang possible na ma-feel niya na ay parang this business is not for me. 'Di ba? Pero pag you come into this business thinking that you want to learn, you want to grow, I can guarantee you will get results. Kasi matututo at matututo ka if you put in also the effort. Kasi syempre hindi naman pwedeng gusto mo lang matuto pero pag may sinabing gawin mo to, magbasa ka and all, hindi mo rin siya ginagawa. So that's kumbaga contradicting, no? So pero balik ako dyan. When I was introduced to USANA by my wife, no, si Mentor Karen, so nung una talaga hindi ko siya priority kasi nga I had this I had a business na I know that I was going to run din naman. Kaya lang nakita ko for over a year, she was able to build the business by herself. Tapos parang consistently nag-earn siya weekly. It wasn't that much, pero yung consistent weekly earning, yun yung nag-push sa akin to somehow take that leap of faith. Leap of faith kasi I'm going to exchange my time na ilalagay ko dapat sa construction namin, ilalagay ko siya sa USANA. So I didn't have background sa sales, wala akong people skills, dami kong kailangan matutunan. Dito sa NDO na to, somehow matatakel natin yan. Pero I really had to change who I was before for me to become the person that I am right now. And for me, sobrang rewarding yan. Kasi if I didn't go through USANA, probably kung sino ako dati, most likely I'd still be the same person. So wala masyadong growth. Pwedeng meron naman, kaya lang konti lang. So pero USANA has really been a factor in helping me develop myself in terms of talking to people, in terms of, ang dami. Basta ang dami ko talagang kailangan baguhin sa sarili ko. But anyways, since limited yung time ko, simulan na natin yung training natin. Okay, so this is our new distributor. Sabi ko nga, new brand partners na siya ngayon, no? So new brand partners orientation. But technically, this is what you do when you start the business. You need to learn, you need to understand the concept of what USANA really is all about. Kaya lang, syempre, hindi natin yan pwedeng ilagay in just one training, no? So, I'd require you guys, of course, to attend as much trainings as you can kasi hindi naman kakasya talaga yan sa isang ganitong training lang na 1 hour lang tayo. Okay, so parang maandar na nga yung oras ko. But anyways, ayan. So, let's focus on this, no? Kasi ito talagang pinaka-core ng NDO. When you say Pareto principle, it's the 80-20 rule. So yung 80-20 rule na yan, actually, it has a lot of meaning. Pero 80-20 rule kasi is a principle. It's a principle that applies to almost everything that we do. 80% of what we do or 80% of the attitude or the result that we get is based sa 20% na ginagawa natin or kaya it's really, kumbaga sabihin na natin, sa Pareto principle ng USANA or ng any industry or any factor that you're doing, you have to consider that attitude is very important. Kaya we focus on the 80% attitude. So 80% attitude, 20% lang yung skills. Not to say that the skills is not important, kasi ako personally, I need people also to learn and master the skills. Kaya lang, in order for you to get to this, kailangan tama muna yung attitude natin. So ako, when I was starting Usana, and I can always remember the time that I started, no, I really had the worst attitude in terms of how Usana is supposed to be. Kasi nga, sanay ako sa environment na na medyo bossy kasi nga 'di ba may sarili kaming company. So yung mga tao ko, they follow me because pinapasweldohan namin sila. 'Di ba yung mga ganon? Parang andun yung notion na kailangan lang nilang sumunod kasi wala silang choice, 'di ba? Pero when it comes to Usana, it's so different. 'Di ba? Kasi when you start your Usana journey and you start building your team, wala ka namang pasweldo sa mga tao mo. Why would they need to follow you? So you get my point, di ba? Parang bakit ako susunod kay Upline? Hindi naman ako pinapasweldohan yan. Na supposed to sa corporate or kaya sa di ba? Say ko nga, pag may sweldo, grabe yung commitment ng mga tao na willing silang i-let go yung dreams nila para sa dreams ng boss nila, di ba? Pero pagdating sa sarili nilang dreams, they're so, kumbaga sabihin na nating they don't really fight for it, di ba? So pero tiyan, 80% of attitude is what? Number one is knowing your purpose. So when we talk about attitude, syempre this is your personality, your character, how you treat your business, di ba? Ang pinaka-foundation niyan is knowing why. So kaya laging tinatanong yung why, di ba? Every time you feel like you're nasa office ka, parang dami nagtatanong sa'yo, bakit ka nag-start, anong reason mo, ganito. Kasi it's very important na dapat clear talaga sa atin yan. Yung purpose natin is what will get us through the hard days of Usana. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, most of the times, hard days talaga yung pagdadaanan natin. Okay? Kasi syempre, we are not, sabihin natin, hindi pa tayo sanay sa ganitong negosyo eh. We're not even equipped to do this business. For most of us, ako included. Kasi when I started talaga, wala akong, iba yung alam ko on how I understood business work. So iba naman yung Usana. So I really had to adjust. Pero yun nga, if you don't know why in the first place, it's so easy for you to tell yourself na I'm just going to go back to what I was doing before. Marami akong na-meet na ganyan, guys. They have big dreams. Grabe, ang dami nilang gustong ma-achieve. Pero when they feel like Usana is not the solution, it's so easy for them to let go and just go back to what they were doing before. Nakalimutan na nila yung mga pangarap nila. So bakit? Kasi probably they feel like yung why nila is not deep enough. When you say deep enough kasi, pwedeng ito lang kasi tapos okay lang, saka na lang yan. They can afford to, let's say, ano ba tawag dyan? Procrastinate on it. Pwede naman, saka na lang, saka ko na lang siguro habulin to. 'Di ba? Pwede naman 'yon kasi bata pa naman, may time pa, okay lang naman 'yon. Pero for a lot of people that I see, ang probable reasons din kasi is that they feel like Usana is not the vehicle for them to get that. So they tried pero parang feeling nila hindi naman si Usana eh. Baka may ibang way para makuha ko to. So bakit nagiging ganon? Kasi nga hindi nagiging efficient when it comes to building their Usana business. So pero ako personally, ang kailangan natin dito, again, babalik tayo dito sa sinabi ko, dapat ang focus mo really is learning and growing yourself. Kasi kung yan ang focus mo, trust me, you're on the right path. Kasi Usana will help you grow, will help you learn. And eventually, kapag marunong ka na, magaling ka na, that's when you realize, Usana talaga yung vehicle. It's not going to be, alam mo yun, Usana agad yung vehicle, tapos hindi mo pa alam kung paano, tapos nangangapa ka. Diba? For a lot of people, okay lang yun if you're persistent enough to persevere. No? Pero for a lot of people kasi, alam mo, pag nahirapan sila, they feel like it's so much easier to just go back to what they were doing before. Nakakalungkot kasi, alam mo yun, ang ganda sana nung gusto nilang mangyari sa buhay nila, but yet, they weren't willing enough to fight for it. Okay, so you have to know your why. Ano yung pinaglalaban mo dito? But more than just knowing your why, it's also knowing and understanding that it will require a lot of effort, a lot of adjustments, transformation, no, in terms lalo na sa attitude for you to get what it is that you want. That's why I focus on 80% attitude. Guys, kahit sobrang galing mo dito pero mali yung attitude mo, mahihirapan ka pa rin mag-Usana. Well, technically, mahihirapan ka naman talaga. Pero alam mo yon, mas mahihirapan ka maging successful sa Usana. Okay? So, ano pa, yung GLLA, di ba, sobrang importante niyan. I always remind people, you need to learn, you need to grow. Kasi nga, wala akong, ito lang ang principle ko dyan, ha. Wala akong nakitang negosyante na alam niya yung business niya tapos hindi siya kumikita. Gets nyo? So, ibig sabihin, the fact that your business is not probably earning or earning as much as you want it to, it just means one thing, that you still need to learn more. Ganun lang naman ang logic doon eh. Wala namang negosyante na alam na niya yung business niya tapos hindi kumikita yung negosyo niya. Pag alam na niya yan, it means profitable na yung business niya, nag-grow na niya yan, alam na niya kung paano i-handle yung mga problems, nakakahanap na siya ng solutions, etc. So kaya sobrang importante guys ng learning. Kasi when you talk about learning, it's just not learning about ano yung compensation plan, ano yung ganito, ano yung mga technicalities. No, it's not that. It's learning how you solve problems in your business. Always remember, ang entrepreneur, ang number one quality niyan is a problem solver. Right now that you feel like you embrace Usana, dapat embrace mo ng entrepreneur ka. Ano bang ginagawa ng entrepreneur? Nagsosolve siya ng problems, especially sa negosyo niya. So kung let's say, nasa situation ka ngayon na you feel like you don't know how to make your business earn, that's okay. Kasi nga, you need to learn that. You need to go through that. Okay? Kaya tanggalin yung pagka-acne. So yung acne, yung alam ko na yan. Sa mga bago dito, yung mga jargons na to, you'll be hearing this a lot, no? Pero yung acne kasi, yun yung parang when you tell yourself, oh, I don't need to attend an NDO, na-NDO na ako ni-apply ni tapos NDO na naman ngayong Monday, ano ba yan? Paulit-ulit, di ba? So pag ganun kasing attitude mo, technically you're blocking your mind from learning. So the learning stops, the growing stops, and ikaw rin yung maapektuhan. Your business will be affected. So tanggalin yung acne, focus on what? Training daw or presentation. So for me, importante naman yung presentation sa totoo lang. Kasi syempre, that's income producing eh. Diba? So hindi natin ini-neglect yan. But you have to remember, you need to prioritize training, especially kapag ka once or twice a week lang siya. No, as much as possible, lalo na sa mga part-timers, you need to value trainings. Kasi I've seen a lot of people na may potential naman sila. Kaya lang dahil sa reasons na yung schedule nila, conflicting sa training, hindi sila nakaka-attend, nawawala din talaga yung passion nila to build a business. And eventually they feel like, hindi para sa akin si Usana. So guys, yung training na yan, I've been with Usana for over a decade. Again, mag-11 years na po ako sa February. Pero I still make it a point that I attend trainings. So what more pa kapag bago ka pa lang, 1 month ka pa lang, 2 months ka pa lang, 1 year ka pa lang, di ba? You really need trainings as much as you can. Kung hindi mo siya kaya talaga gawa ng paraan, try to find resources on your own that you can use para ma-feed ka pa din. Okay, so sobrang importante. Then, skills, 20%. Bakit 20% lang siya? Minority compared to attitude. Kasi nga, when you have the right attitude, I can guarantee you, you'll be then, sabihin na natin, you're going to learn the skills eventually. Not accidentally. Of course, it still requires effort. It still requires your own parang commitment, di ba? Kaya lang, with the right attitude kasi, yung skills na yan, madidevelop mo yan all throughout. As you keep on building your Usana business, learning, attending trainings, di ba? Nandiyan na ngayon. So, gumagaling at gumagaling ka rin. And let me tell you this again, na wala akong makikitang magaling na walang income. So, technically, kung feeling mo hindi pa maganda yung business mo sa Usana, it's just a sign na you need to learn, you need to grow more. Napakasimple lang ng logic na yun. And I always tell people, lahat naman ng tao pwedeng matuto, pwedeng gumaling. Wala naman sigurong pulpol, di ba? Kasi pulpol pa ulit-ulit ng ginagawa tapos hindi gumagaling. It's literally impossible. Kunwari, ganito na lang. Bigyan ko yung example. Let's say sa driving. So sa driving, 'di ba, pag let's say sa simula, hirap na hirap ka kasi bago ka pa lang, nag-aaral ka pa lang. Pero pag 10 years ka na nagda-drive, kahit kumakain ka, kahit nagigitara ka, kahit anong ginagawa mo, kaya mo na mag-drive eh. Kasi nga na-develop na siya, naging um, sabihin na nating parang reflexive na lang siya sa'yo. So ganun din yung Usana. As long as you keep on doing it and learning it intentionally, you master it. Gagaling ka rin talaga, okay? So that's how skills is. Kaya ako, 20% lang siya. Pero syempre, importante pa rin naman yan. Pero ang good news ko sa inyo, sobrang konti lang ng skills that you need to learn and master in this business. Kung ano yung natutunan ko 10 years ago, it's still what I'm doing up until now. Di ba? Prospecting, inviting, presentation, closing, handling objections, and of course, yung monitoring, yung building ng team. So yan na lang siya, paulit-ulit na lang siya. Guys, pag na-master nyo yan, I'm going to be honest with you, it's going to be, you're going to be able to build your team. Hindi man siguro sobrang bilis, pero at least you start momentum, and that's what you need, no, for you to build a good organization. Okay? So, dito muna tayo. Ito yung mga reasons why people, focus lang ako muna sa attitude guys ha. 1 hour to sa attitude ko lang ilalagay. Yung skills, bahala na kayo dyan. Hindi, joke lang. Meron namang ibang mga trainings for skills. Pero most likely, I really wanna focus on attitude. Kasi dito talaga, ito yung foundation natin eh. And again, kulang nga yung oras ko. So at least I can focus on the more important things. Okay? So ito yung mga top reasons why people don't learn the business. Marami naman talaga, hindi lang naman ito. Pero ito yung madalas kong naririnig. Okay, number 1 is yung myth of no time. Whenever people tell me, mentor, sorry, hindi ko talaga magawa yung sana kasi ano eh, ang dami kong may work ako, tapos may sideline pa ako, tapos yung family ko pa, di ba? And these are all valid reasons. Lahat naman yan valid eh. And I would always tell people, if you feel like na yan yung mga mas importante sa'yo, edi wala akong magagawa. Pero ano ba talaga yung reason? It's not, I don't believe that people have no time. Kaya nga sinabing myth yan eh. Wala naman daw talagang taong walang oras. Kasi lahat naman tayo, equal yung 24 hours natin. It's ano yung nagdi-differ where we use it. Saan ba natin ginagamit yung 24 hours natin? For a lot of people, and for most people talaga, they choose to use their time on things that are more valuable to them. Tama? Kunwari, work. Bakit priority yung work? Kasi ito yung nagbabayad ng pangkain, ng pangbayad ng bills, etc. Kaya number 1 si work. Pero mali yun. Dapat ang number 1 si Lord. Tama? Okay, so no pun intended, dapat si God pa rin talaga number 1. Okay, second is, work ba dapat? Dapat hindi. Dapat family. 'Di ba? So, pero ito yan. Yung whatever it is na pinaprioritize natin, yan yung mas nabibigyan natin ng oras most of the times. Ang problem with a lot of people is that, especially pag part-timer, they feel like Usana is nasa number 6, number 7, or number 8 ng list nila. Kunwari, God, family, tapos work, tapos ano pang mga extracurricular nila. So, pagdating sa number 6, nandun si Usana or number 7. Ang problema, dun sa 5 pa lang or 4 pa lang, sa isang araw, ubos na yung oras nila. So, anong nangyayari? Hindi na nabibigyan ng oras yung Usana. Okay? It's not a matter of that they did not have time. They had time. They just used it on something more valuable for them. Okay? So, anong kulang? Hindi talaga yung oras, yung value. Hindi nila naintindihan kung bakit kailangan nilang bigyan ng prioritization ang Usana. And for me, yan yung naintindihan ko na sabi ko, if I wanted more of what I want in the future, I needed to value my Usana business. So for a lot of people, yan yung struggle talaga nila, hindi yung oras, yung prioritization. Okay? Pangalawa, mali daw yung mindset, kaya mali yung skills, eventually, walang result. Marami rin ako na-encounter na ganito. 10 years na po ako nag-build ng Usana. No? Well, technically, mga 6 years. Okay, so 3 years pa nga. But anyways, yung 6 years na yan, ang dami ko nang nakita na parang gusto nilang gawin yung business, and most of the times, they're trying to do it, kaya lang without the proper training, walang guidance. They want to do it on their own terms. Parang feeling nila, kaya naman nila, tatry nila, nahiya sila for some reason to ask for help, for advice, di ba? So they feel like they want to build the business. Kaya lang dahil nga mali yung mindset nila, hindi nakakapag-training, so mali din yung skills nila. So technically, nababurnout lang sila. Kasi hindi nila nakukuha yung results after a while. And they feel like, baka hindi talaga para sa akin to. Kasi may mga nakikita naman ako na nag-i-income sila pero ako hindi talaga eh. Diba? Without realizing the fact that they were just doing it, well, the wrong way. Kasi nga mali yung, again, yung foundation. That's why it's very important for us to have the right foundation, especially kapag bago kayo. Kaya talaga you have to attend any and all trainings. Yan yung magbibigay sa inyo ng tamang direction sa negosyo mo. Okay? So, pangatlo is complacency. Ito medyo mahirap kalaban to. I've seen a lot of people na they're doing well in life. That's why they don't feel like Usana can give them any more. They feel like, okay na ako sa sitwasyon ko ngayon. Why would I need to push myself na kumausap ng tao, na ganito, na ganyan, mag-invite? Di ba yun yung ayaw ng mga tao? Di ba? Kahit ako kasi ganyan din ako dati, ayoko rin gawin yun eh. So pero ano yung parang nag-push sa akin no? Nang na-realize ko na Usana can give me so much more. Kaya lang, for a lot of people that are complacent, ang hirap talaga labanan ng comfort. Kasi when you're comfortable, you're not growing. 'Di ba? Pero when you're growing, you're not comfortable. Ano bang mas masarap? Ano bang mas madaling piliin sa dalawa? Pain, the pain of growth, or yung comfort na kayang ibigay ng comfort zone mo? 'Di ba? So honestly, hindi mentor dapat talaga yung yung pain ng growth. Pero sa totoo lang, by human nature, hindi naman tayo hindi naman tayo hypocrites, 'di ba? Syempre mas masarap maging komportable. Okay? So, yung growth kasi it requires sacrifice, it requires pain, ang dami mong kailangan adjustments, 'di ba? And for a lot of people, ayaw nilang gawin 'yon kasi nga they feel like hindi ko naman deserve 'yan. Okay? So, kasi nga okay naman na sila sa buhay nila. Kaya mahirap pagalawin yung mga tao na okay na sila sa buhay nila. Okay? So, wala namang there's nothing wrong with that. Kasi okay lang naman maging kontento eh. Pero for me, kaya importante yung why nyo. Kasi yung why nyo, kahit na okay kayo sa sitwasyon nyo ngayon, you always have to ask yourselves, 5 years from now, would I still be okay sa situation ko if I'm still in the same position? 10 years from now, ito ba talaga yung life na gusto ko? Kasi, let's say, you feel like okay ka naman sa buhay mo ngayon. That's good, di ba? It means you're blessed, di ba? You have a good career, you have a good relationship probably with your family, you can make time for your loved ones, edi okay yan. Kaya lang, ang question kasi is that hindi mo magbabago yan in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So if you feel like there's something more na you want for your life, for your family, for your loved ones, edi you look for that. You dig that. Yun yung hanapin nyo. Kasi yun yung panghahawakan nyo. Okay? So ako hindi pera yung pinahawakan ko when I was starting Usana. So kasi kung pera lang, edi nag-construction na lang ako, may pera na dun eh. Di ba? What I wanted was time. What I wanted was the option for me to spend more time with my family, with my loved ones. Kasi yun yung hindi ko nakita sa father ko. Na kung ako yung papalit sa kanya, most likely, wala na akong time sa family ko. So I hope that's clear. No, more than money, what I wanted was really freedom. Hindi naman freedom na free na wala na akong gagawin, di ba? Pero freedom to dictate my own life on my own terms. Di ba? To be honest guys, ayoko talaga yung rush hour. Alam ng mga downlines ko yan. I hate rush hour. Kasi, di ba, you're stuck in traffic, galing ka Inta, magpupunta ng Makati, minsan 2 hours, 2.5 hours yan. Grabe, no? Sa rush hour. Parang sabi ko, there are people that can endure this every day. Na alam mo yun, papasok sila sa work, grabe, mas stuck sila sa traffic, pag uwi, traffic ulit. Tapos parang kahit isang araw lang sa isang linggo, yan yung maximum ko, ayoko nang ulit. Di ba? So, pero grabe yung ibang tao, natitiis nila yun. So, yun lang, alam mo yun, kahit hindi ako kumita ng malaki, pero hindi ako stuck sa rush hour, okay na sa akin yun eh. Okay. So, pero grabe, no? Kasi nga, ang binavalue ko yung oras, hindi yung pera. Okay. So, pero for a lot of people, syempre, iba-iba tayo ng mga prioritization. Okay. So, pero again, yun yung kailangan yung ma-dig out. Ano ba talaga yung reason mo kung bakit ka nag-iisana in the first place? And kung nandito yung mga reasons na yan, Ano yung pwedeng i-work on. So kung let's say, feeling nila walang oras, maybe they just need to value more. Aralin nila anong kaya bigay ng USANA, then trainings as much as possible. Same with Ron's mindset and skill set. And of course, yung complacency, they need to know what they're working or what they are going to work hard for. Okay? So itong cash flow quadrant, yung ESBI na yan, sobrang laking factor niyan kung bakit ako nagseryoso sa USANA. Okay? Nung naintindihan ko to, this is actually from the book of Robert Kiyosaki na cash flow quadrant. Pero sa Rich Dad Poor Dad pa lang, diniscuss na niya to. Pero mas dinetail niya to sa cash flow quadrant. Kaya yan ESBI, that's employment, self-employment, business, tsaka investing or investor. These are the 4 quadrants that people make money out of. So ganitong way daw sila kumikita. Pero imagine nyo to guys ha. Ang employment tsaka self-employed, that's the left side, that's the linear. So technically active income yan. Yung right side yan yung passive, business tsaka investor. Kaya lang hindi talaga lahat ng tao nakakatawid dyan. Majority ng tao actually nasa left side lang. Yung left side, 95% ng population ng buong mundo nandyan. O di ba kaya nga programming sa atin, pagkatapos mong mag-aral, maghanap ka ng trabaho para may stable job ka, may stable income ka, di ba? So even my dad, nandyan lang naman siya, self-employed. And I have nothing, kumbaga hindi naman ako galit sa kanya or what. Pero kaya dito ko naintindihan na kaya wala siyang oras sa amin. Kasi nga nandyan siya. Eh anong sabi ni Robert Kiyosaki? If you want freedom, you need to go to the right side. Yung B tsaka I, ang problema guys, hindi yan tinuturo sa school. Okay, so si Robert Kiyosaki galit na galit sa school system yan. Kasi ang programming ng government sa atin, magstay ka dito sa left side. Hindi ka tumawid. Okay, pero yung B tsaka I, yan yung nagbibigay ng freedom. Pero most people don't know or don't understand, and people, meron namang gusto nilang tumawid, kaya lang they don't have the resources. Kasi yung B tsaka I, hindi po yan yung business lang na nag-put up ka ng sari-sari store, business owner ka na, hindi yun ganun. Hindi yung nag-business lang, nag-put up ka ng coffee shop, business owner ka na, hindi. Yung B na category ni Robert Kiyosaki dyan, dapat daw may system and people work for you. Ang classification niya dyan, minimum of at least 500 employees. Yung construction namin, nung peak noon, nasa 300 plus yung tauhan namin. Marami na yon. Ang payroll namin that time, umaabot na ng mga 10 to 11 million a month. So, grabe, no? Laki na ng pasweldo mo. Pero yung ganon kadaming tao, hindi pa rin yun B. Okay? So imagine mo, laki na ng OPEX mo, hindi ka pa rin B. Ang kailangan daw 500 employees. O kunwari, meron kang SM, yan, B ka na. Malamang more than 500 employees. So anong problema? Wala tayo number 1 capital. Well, more than the capital talaga, pangalawa, wala tayong expertise, wala tayong experience, di ba? Na mag-put up ng ganyang negosyo and handle siya ng maayos. Kaya risk talaga siya. Eh, what if, let's say, you spend millions tapos nalugi yung business mo? So, malaking mawawala sa'yo. And to start with, most people don't have that money na millions to start that business. Okay? Pero bakit ko nagustuhan si USANA? Nung naintindihan ko to, ang nagustuhan ko kay USANA, you start small. Magkano yung capital natin sa USANA? 30,000, 40,000. Di ba? Ngayon nga, 20 plus thousand na lang eh. For the 200 points. Then you start your own USANA mini business. Mini kasi ikaw pa lang yan. Pero what you don't understand is, in a year or 2, you already can cross to B, to business owner. Magkaroon ka lang ng 500 na mga associates, kahit hindi lahat yan active in building, kahit nga mga consumer lang yan, pwedeng nag-generate na yan ng malaking income sa'yo. Diba? Pero how long does it take you? I started building 2015. By 2020, more than 15,000 na yung nasa organization ko. That's 5 years. Diba? Pero imagine nyo, hindi naman ako naglabas ng millions. You get my point? Diba? Kasi kung meron akong millions to start with, edi sana nag-put up na lang ako ng mas malaking business. Kaya lang for a lot of people, wala nga tayo nun. So we start here. And dyan ko mas na-appreciate yung USANA. Kasi sabi ko, grabe, kaya niyang ibigay yan. No? And yung I, well, that's for a different pero mostly investing talaga requires a lot of time and money. Kasi nga investing long term pa din yan, saka syempre may mga risk involved pa din yan. So, pero syempre kahit sa B ka lang, that will already start to create your sabihin na nating freedom. And for a lot of people, yan dapat yung matutunan natin. So, okay naman yung E tsaka S, pero sabi ko nga, hindi dapat siya permanent. Not unless you want to work for the rest of your life. Kasi kung yan ang goal mo, edi wala akong magagawa for you. Okay, ako kasi personally, ayoko nga mag-work for the rest of my life kasi I want to spend more time doing some other things. Kahit hindi ganun kalaki yung sweldo ko, I would rather have more time than more money. You get my point? So, okay. So, sabi nga, insanity, this definition ni Albert Einstein dyan is doing the same thing over and over again, pero nag-expect tayo ng different results. I've seen a lot of people, they complain sa work, they feel like ayoko na dito sa trabaho ko, pero araw-araw papasok pa rin naman sila. Tapos araw-araw, they just complain and they feel like complaining is already doing something when in fact, it's not. It's actually not helping them. Diba? So I'm not saying na mag-resign ka sa trabaho mo. Pero galingan mo sa'yo sana para eventually, couple of months from now, you'll have that option. Na if you still feel like working, di go. Pag hindi na, edi you have the choice. Okay? For a lot of people, they say, hindi ko naman kailangan yan yung sana kasi hindi ko na kailangan ng more money. Pero they feel like you want to quit your job, you want to eat good food, you want to spend more time with your family, shop without checking the prices, di ba? Be able to travel anywhere you want. Lahat yan, guys. Kailangan ng pera. Okay? That's what you call freedom. Pero ironically nga, freedom is not free. So you have to work hard for it. Pero pag na-attain mo naman siya, pag nakuha mo naman yan, sobrang rewarding. Okay? So ito, kaya pa yata nating panoorin itong video na to. Pero this is just a short video. This is, I don't know if you've heard of this story, pero sobrang gandang realization to, especially if you're right now working. So, panoorin natin to. Okay, play ba siya? Ayan.
My name is Burke Hedges, author of the best-selling book, The Parable of the Pipeline. I open my book with a story about Pablo and Bruno, who take two very different paths in their quest for financial independence. What you're about to see is the delightful animated story of their adventure. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the life-changing lessons in The Parable of the Pipeline.
Far away, in a small village, near a beautiful valley, lived two friends, Pablo and Bruno. They were both young and dreamed of a better life for themselves. They'd often discuss their dreams about how they would become the most successful men in the village. They weren't afraid of hard work, and they searched for opportunities to help realize their goals and achieve their dreams. One day, an opportunity presented itself. The mayor of the village decided to hire two people to bring water from a spring up on the mountain, across the valley, back down to the village. They were to be paid based on the amount of water delivered to the village. Bruno and Pablo enthusiastically got to work. Every day, from morning till evening, they carried buckets to and from the spring. They worked hard, carrying water to the village. In the evening, they'd return home with their day's wages. Bruno was satisfied with his work and the money he earned. He was sure that with this work he could achieve his dreams. Bruno thought that to increase his wages he could use bigger buckets to bring more water each trip. He believed with a larger income, he would soon be able to buy a cow and the house that he dreamed about. Now, Pablo was not satisfied. At the end of the day, his back and hands ached, and he was exhausted. He was looking for an easier way to earn more. One day, an idea occurred to Pablo. He imagined building a pipeline to deliver the water from the mountain spring to the village. With this pipeline, he could get more water to the village without carrying buckets back and forth from the spring to the village. Soon, he got very excited about his idea and began to plan. Pablo, of course, shared his idea with his friend Bruno and asked him to join with him to work on and help build the pipeline. Bruno thought the idea was crazy. All Bruno could think about was what his money could buy today and how to get it quicker. He felt that building a pipeline would slow him down and delay him in achieving his goals. Instead, Bruno got bigger buckets and went more often back and forth fetching water. He was sure that with this method, he could make more money. Pablo decided to build the pipeline on his own. He understood that it would not be easy to build, and it would take time to complete the pipeline. Pablo knew that it could take several years to finish, but he set his mind on his goal. Every day he worked and carried water like before. But on weekends and during his spare time, he worked hard to dig in the rocky soil and build his pipeline. In the first month, there was little to show for his work. Bruno and the villagers laughed and teased him. They called him Pablo the Pipeline Man. During this time, Bruno's income doubled. He already bought a cow and a bigger house. His lifestyle changed. He now spent time after work in the bar, enjoying his hard-earned wages from delivering water. What Bruno didn't realize was that his body was starting to stoop from carrying heavy buckets every day. His face looked worn and his body tired. Soon, he began to carry less and less water due to the wear and tear on his body. Month after month, Pablo worked. Soon a year passed, and then a second year. Finally, Pablo finished his pipeline. He now used his pipeline to deliver water to the village instead of carrying buckets. Pablo was now earning more money than ever before. The water continued flowing to the village, while Pablo wasn't working. While he slept and ate, the water flowed. Pablo was happy and proud of his insight, persistence, and hard work. Now his income flowed as long as the water flowed through his pipeline. The story of Bruno and Pablo is a reflection of life. Their jobs symbolize what most people do to earn money. Bruno gets his money using buckets. He goes back and forth, carrying his buckets from the spring to the village in exchange for money. To increase his income, he either has to go more frequently to the spring or to use larger buckets. It's common in real life to increase our income by working harder. For example, working overtime or getting a second job. We also increase the size of our buckets by accepting a higher paying position, which often includes spending more time on the job. Most of us exchange time for money like Bruno. We know that every person has only 24 hours in the day and that it's not possible to use all our time to work. The most difficult time comes when we can no longer exchange time for money due to age, health, or other reasons. Then, our income stops. Now let's review what Pablo did. Very wisely, Pablo did not exchange all of his time for limited income, but he used some of his time to build a pipeline. He knew that the pipeline would bring ongoing income as long as the water flowed. An ongoing income that multiplied the time he worked each day. Pablo knew that someday, maybe because of age or health, he would no longer be able to exchange his available time for money. Pablo knew that if he could make his idea of a pipeline work, then he only has to do the hard work of building the pipeline. After the pipeline was completed, Pablo was able to monitor and maintain the flow of water to ensure that his income will continue. Pablo has shown us that to earn an income, we don't always have to directly exchange time for money. There really are better ways. How about you?
Di ba? How about you daw? Okay, so yung story na yan, no, sobrang ganda kasi it's a reflection nga siya. So for a lot of people, there's nothing wrong with being a Bruno, kasi syempre kailangan natin kumita ng pera eh. Pero syempre, yung difference kasi ni Pablo at saka ni Bruno, di ba? Parehas naman sila nag-work, parehas naman sila ng ginagawa. Yun lang, si Pablo, he chose to do something on the sides. Kaya di ba side hustle ngayon tawag most for a lot of people sa Usana? Kasi nga you're doing it after work or kaya pag wala kang work, ma-maximize mo yung time mo. So, pero, yun yung sacrifice eh. Na nakita kasi ni Pablo, ano yung parang pwedeng ibigay ng pipeline pag na-establish niya in the future. So, it's the same thing with your Usana business right now. When you start, parang feeling mo wala namang sumusupport sa'yo, pinagtatawanan ka pa, yung iba, nilalait ka, di ba? Kasi nga parang vitamins binibenta mo, mga ganyan. Di ba? Tapos a lot of people, they would reject you, they won't, kumbaga, join your team. Pero you have to understand na ikaw yung nakakaintindi, kaya nga sobrang importante ng vision. Di ba? If you have that vision, yung visionary ka talaga, do you know that what you're doing is something na hindi maintindihan ng ibang tao, pero alam mo sa sarili mo na it will get you to where you want to go in the next couple of years. So it took Pablo, I think several years din 2 to 3 years bago niya na-establish yung pipeline, di ba? Grabe yung sacrifice niya rin. Pero nung na-establish naman niya yun, ang binigay niya continuous residual income. And for us, that's the leverage income that we can also get to experience when we build our Usana business continuously. No, for a couple of years, hindi naman yan instant eh. 'Di ba? Pero anong difference? Si Pablo nakapag-relax na, na-enjoy na niya yung retirement niya. Si Bruno hindi pa din. So yun yung difference na when you ever you feel like you want to give up your Usana business right now, kailangan remind mo lang sarili mo 5 years from now, what would I be doing if I'm not doing Usana? Would I still be doing the same work that I am doing right now? Diba? So kung parang feeling mo, oy teka, I have to do something Diba? So baka pwedeng makatulong. Pero for me, clear lang kasi sa akin na yes, I can have stability in income sa construction, kaya lang, hindi na siya lalaki. Kung lalaki man siya, mas pagod pa ako lalo, mas stressed out pa ako lalo. Diba? So, I chose a different path. And I hope that you get to see also ano yung kayang ibigay sa inyo if you do chase after building your own pipeline. Okay? So ang ganda ng story ni Pablo and Bruno, no? I hope that you realize na hindi ka pwedeng maging Bruno for the rest of your life. Okay, so syempre mako-compromise din yung health, yung age, etc. Okay, so moving on, so wala na akong time. Hindi ko na mapapanood sa inyo to, but I can just YouTube nyo na lang to si Team Sales, yung Brilliant Compensation. This will give you an idea of how powerful residual income is. As in, talagang pag naintindihan nyo to, doon nyo marirealize, kaya pala may mga taong kumikita ng ganun kalaki. It's not because that they're more hardworking than you, but probably, yes, sa simula. Pero they were able to capitalize on leverage kasi. So yun yung kailangan nating matutunan. And yun yung kayang ibigay ng business niya sa Usana na hindi kayang ibigay ng construction business namin, ng ibang mga traditional business. Kaya eto talaga yung edge natin sa Usana. Na I hope that it would become clear sa inyo kasi pag naintindihan nyo talaga to, ay nako, you will walk through a brick wall to get residual income. Ganun siya ka-powerful. Okay, so YouTube nyo lang yan kasi medyo mahaba din yan. Pero ito kasi parang shortcut na lang siya. Pero ang video na to is around roughly mga almost 30 minutes. Okay, so panoorin nyo yan kasi for sure, marami kayong marirealize dyan. Okay?
Some time on this.
Ayan. So ano ba talaga expectation natin, especially sa mga bago sa Usana business nila? You have to expect that when you're starting, malaking effort na required. You're going to attend training sa Makati, ang layo. Well, sa amin malayo, di ba? Sa iba malapit. Pero meron akong mga, like yung sa wife ko, when she started building, taga Zambales siya eh. Iba Zambales. So umuwi pa siya ng Zambales para doon siya mag-build, di ba? 3 to 4 days siya nandun. Grabe yung sacrifice. Tapos dinadala niya yung team niya from Zambales, from Iba, going to Makati. Every Monday, uma-attend sila ng training nun. Ganon ka-importante. Diba? So, ibig sabihin, mataas talaga yung effort. Yung time. Kasi syempre, it would require a lot of time for you to learn, to understand your business, spend more time with your coaches, your mentors, diba? With your team. Yung sacrifice lalo na. So, sa wife ko, iniiwan niya yung 2-year-old baby niya, which is my son, diba? Iniiwan niya dito sa amin para mag-build siya sa Zambales. So, imagine niyo yung sacrifice na yun. Diba kung mother ka, logical, or pwede mo namang idahilan na hindi ko kaya yung Usana kasi hindi ko kayang iwanan yung baby ko eh. Pwede naman. Diba? Pero logical, I mean, ano naman yun, valid naman yung reason na yun. But still, she chose a different path. Eh, yun yung naging, kumbaga, sacrifice niya talaga when she was starting. Okay? So, yung knowledge, syempre, maliit. Like ako, nung nagsimula ako, wala akong kaalam-alam sa Usana. So, ano talaga, expected yun. Malamang wala kang team. When you start building, of course, you rely on yourself first. And your income is close to nothing. Okay, so for a lot of new associates, di pa nila na-experience ang income or kumita man, maliit lang, talo pa yung income dun sa nagastos na, sa OPEX, sa auto-order, sa subscribe and save. Tama? Diba? Wala pa talaga yan. Yan ngayong huling experience mo eh. Diba? Pero maganda dyan, as your knowledge grows through training, coachings, eventually, maliles yung effort mo. Kasi you already know what you're doing eh. Diba? So hindi ka na ganun nangangapa masyado. And eventually, as you keep on learning, eventually you will build your team. Ito yung masarap kasi pag may team ka na, mas less na yung time required of you. Kasi nga, there are other people that are also helping you out in your business already. And thus, income will grow. And pag nag-grow yung income, pag lumaki na siya ng lumaki, mababawasan na and totally hindi na required mag-sacrifice. Diba? So, dyan ka na makakabawi ng time with your family, with your loved ones. Diba? Mabibigay mo na yung gusto nila, whatsoever. Okay? So, expectations pa rin. So, ano yung mga kailangan nating improve when we are starting out, especially in terms of what we believe. So, kailangan talaga malalim yung belief nyo in this 4 things na. Actually, 5 yan eh. Okay, so, pero sobrang importante nito kasi nga, this is how you are going to treat your business. Your belief will dictate also how you treat your Usana business. Kaya kung bago ka pa lang, you have to continuously invest time in understanding more kung ano ba talaga yung pinasok mo. And these are the factors to consider. Number 1 is industry. So you have to understand ano yung industry mo, network marketing. And for a lot of people, direct selling, di ba? So ayan yung mga ayaw nila eh. Kasi nga parang feeling nila it's ano lang yan eh, parang hindi naman siya scam. They know people are making money out of it, pero parang feeling nila it requires you to be ano ba, yung ano ka, yung hindi ka mahiyain, mga ganon, which is totoo naman. Kaya lang, what they don't understand is that it requires also na simulan lang nila and eventually they will learn naman eh. So matututunan. Pero for a lot of people, allergic sila dyan. Pag nabanggit mo na networking, ayoko niyan, yan yung invite-invite, mga ganyan. 'Di ba? Benta-benta, ayoko yan. 'Di ba? Pero pag ikaw kasi naintindihan mo kung ano yung industry na pinasok mo, guys, it's a $1 trillion industry. Pag samasamahin niyo po yung Hollywood sa US, yung music industry, yung NFL, yung National Football League, kasama pa NBA dyan, alam mo hindi pa rin tumatapat yan sa revenue ng network marketing. Ganun siya kalaki. And yet people are so allergic to it. 'Di ba? Kasi nga hindi nila naiintindihan. But it's your job ngayon to make them understand by hindi para makipag-argue sa kanila or what but to educate them. Kaya ako always remind, especially my team, no, ang goal natin dito, mag-educate lang talaga tayo. Hindi tayo mga away, hindi tayo makikipagdebate, whatsoever, pero mag-educate lang tayo. And at the end of the day, kapag na-educate mo yung tao, edi sila na ngayon ang gagawa ng decisions based on how they were educated. Okay, so it's a system. It's a proven system that's working right now. Direct selling in the next couple of years will continuously grow pa din. Now, it's just a matter of will you accept the fact that you're in one. Kasi if you do, then you'll start to, kumbaga sabihin na nating nagre-resonate na sa'yo na you're not really ashamed of being in network marketing. 'Di ba? When you talk to people, you're very confident. You're very, sabihin na nating, hindi ka naman ma-push, 'di ba? Hindi ka naman mapilit, pero you know mataas yung conviction mo. And that's very important, especially when you're going to talk to people. Kaya importante ma-develop niyo yung belief ng bawat isa dito. Legitimate company, good products. We have not just good, we have excellent products, guys. Ilang years na tayong #1 consecutively here in the Philippines. 6 years na according to Euromonitor, no, dietary supplements. So, ba't kayo mahiya to introduce it to other people? You know that you have quality products. Yung iba takot sila sa sales. Feeling nila, yan lang yung para sa mga makukulit, no? Ako kasi sobrang kulit ko ngayon. Pero ang point ko lang, when I started naman, di naman ako ganun. Natuto lang din ako. Na-develop lang din ako. And here's what I realized, no? People are going to spend their money either way. Kahit hindi nyo introduce ang sana sa kanila, people will spend their money on something else. What's wrong with educating them about something na makakatulong pa sa health nila, makakatulong pa sa kanila, 'di ba? Yung opportunity, makakabago pa ng buhay nila. What's wrong with that? For me, that's a good, kumbaga sabihin na nating principle eh. 'Di ba? Pero kasi a lot of people, they feel like kasi bebentahan ko 'to, kikita ako, para lang kumita ako, kailangan kong kulitin ko siya, mga ganun. Mali yung perspective natin. You have to work on that. So you really have to understand that you have a good company, sobrang credible ng company mo. Wala nang question dyan sa presentation, you'll get to hear a lot of its accolades, di ba? Yung founder natin and all, kaya excellent yung products, low risk yung entry, meron tayong mga return policies, ang dami, mga consumer protection, we're very particular in that. USANA takes care of consumers talaga. So wala kayong ikakahiya, ikakatakot when you talk to people. Okay? So just don't overpromise. Kasi ako personally, I don't like people na alam mo yun, they overpromise and then they tell things na exaggerated na just to get people to buy. Huwag naman ganun. Ethical dapat pa rin tayo. Okay? Of course, team intensity. Aren't you proud that you're in intensity? Guys, ako personally, I'm close with a lot of teams in USANA. Pero I know in intensity, ang daming leaders na magagaling, ang daming leaders na you can really grow out of, ang daming leaders na pwedeng tumulong sa inyo. Huwag kayong mahihiya. You're in a good community. Yung mga elites dito like sila Coach Lois, ang dami no. Ang gagaling nila sila Anshe, 'di ba? Ako nga personally parang namamangha ako, ang galing na tong mga to, 'di ba? So this is the support system that you're plugging into. So for me, it's not going to be a question of matututo ba ako eh. It's just a question of willing ba ako talagang matuto. Kasi ang dami na talagang pwedeng tumulong sa inyo. Okay, so bakit daw intensity yan sa mga bago? Kailangan alam nyo pa rin yung core values natin and we live by this. Dapat yung negosyo din natin, ito yung pinapakita natin integrity, I for integrity and nobility. 10 is excellent. So dapat daw excellent. So ano yung excellent? Dapat malaki yung income. O di ba? Weekly kumikita. O di ba? Yun yung excellent. Okay, C is community and T is trust. Okay? So lastly is of course you need to develop your belief saan? Sa sarili mo. Kasi at the end of the day, no matter how good your products, your company, your industry, and your team support is, baliwala lahat yan if you don't believe na kaya mong gawin sa'yo sana in the first place. If you don't believe that you'll become successful, and if you don't believe that you will grow in this business. Kasi again, di ba, ano bang goal natin? Hindi naman muna kumita. Ang goal muna natin, matuto, gumaling, mag-improve, mag-grow. Okay? So, pero you focus on personal development. That's very, very important. 99% ibibigay na sa inyo. Pero yung 1% na kulang, that's you. And you make that decision na, sige, kaya ko to. I'll do whatever it takes for me to become successful in this industry. So you become unstoppable. Pero syempre, hindi pwedeng mindset lang. Kasi yung mga tao mindset lang. Good na may mindset kang ganun. Pero you put in the effort. You feed your mind with the right things, na makinig ka ng mga Les Brown, makinig ka ng mga motivational, makinig ka ng mga, yung para sa development talaga. Ang dami po niyan sa YouTube, hindi nauubos yan. Spotify, meron mga podcast, di ba? Ang dami na nating resources ngayon. It's literally impossible for you not to develop yourself if you want to. It's just that intentional siya, hindi siya accidental. Okay, so walang ibang way. Kailangan mo talagang mag-effort. Okay, so yung mga wala pang vision board dyan, it's about time you create your vision board. That's a good reminder. Dapat lagi talagang nakikita, hindi lang nakatago yung vision board. Dapat ako mag-update na ako ulit, no? But every year nag-update kami yan. So you need that. Kasi nga ito, one thing that I've learned in this business, if you have a vision board, you get to check the things out of it, mga 60-70%. It's not even 100% eh. Pero it's better than 0%. Diba? 60-70% of your dreams nakukuha mo annually. Diba? Ang gandang trade-off na nun. As opposed to wala kang vision board, so hindi mo alam kung ano na-achieve mo. Kaya tendency, wala ka rin na-achieve. Okay, so very important talaga yung vision board. But always remember, syempre by our own strength, wala naman talaga tayong capability. So we always need the Lord. Diba? So from Philippians, no, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So ako naman personally, yes, you need your own effort. Pero you need to surrender it to the Lord. Kasi kung ikaw lang yan, we've done that before. Mapapagod ka lang, mababurnout ka lang, and you won't get the results that you want. You feeling mo walang contentment and all. Pero pag nandyan na si Lord sa'yo, yes, you still put in the hard work and then you pray hard, di ba? So mas bine-bless ka niya and eventually gagamitin ka niya for you to become a blessing to other people. Yun naman ang purpose talaga natin dapat. Okay? So ito hindi na to updated. Wag na yan. Okay, so ano pa? Planning, very important to. Goal plus plan plus action. Guys, eto yan ha. Yung tatlong yan, kailangan. Hindi pwedeng dalawa lang. 2 out of 3, pasado daw. Hindi pwede. Kailangan 3 out of 3 talaga yan. Goal plus plan, written plan, then action, massive action is equal to, actually hindi nga massive eh, consistent action lang eh. Diba? Written goal plus written plan plus consistent action will get you the results that you want. Hindi naman kailangan araw-araw todo bigay mo lahat ng gagawin mo 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours ka nag-iisa na, hindi yung ganun. Kahit nga araw-araw pero 1 hour lang binibigay mo, 2 hours lang, pero quality, binibigay mo yung tamang action mo. Edi you have the discipline that will create already results. So ask your sponsors to help you plan your weekly presentations and trainings. Guys, coordinate with your sponsors, with your uplines kasi hindi naman yan mga mga mind readers eh. Okay? So you need to be more organized. This is an actual business, 'di ba? So you talk to them, ano po yung schedule nyo, upline, mentor, coach, ano po yung mga schedule nyo na free kayo para ito yung pwede kong iset yung mga schedule ko for trainings or kaya for presentations, 'di ba? So you work together with. So you coordinate. Sobrang importante niyan. So ano daw yung mga levels of pacing? Ito para sa mga bago dito, I would advise you to reflect on this. So, tignan nyo kung saan kayo dito. Sige, I'm almost done na rin. Overtime na kayo, pero i-wrap it up ko na lang, no? So, ano ba yung mga phasing na pwede? You can start slow. Yung slow kasi ako, for me, hindi siya advisable. That's 1 to 2 days a week. 1 to 2 hours a day. So slow talaga yan. Expect little to none results. Okay, so slow yan eh. Okay, medium naman, ito somehow pwede sa mga part-timer. You give 3 to 4 days a week as your Usana day. After work, that's 1 to 2 quality hours. No need naman to give 4 hours, 5 hours a day. Kahit nga 1 hour, 2 hours lang yan eh. Basta quality yan. 3 to 4 days a week. Okay, that's the medium phase. Kasi syempre, pag may family pa and all other responsibilities. Pero if you really want results ng mabilis, go with the fast phase. I'm not saying naman na fast phase ka lagi. Pero start with the fast phase para you can get to medium phase faster. Does that make sense? So ibig sabihin, bilisan mo sa simula para mas alam mo yun, pag may momentum ka na, pwedeng kahit nasa medium phase ka, malaki pa rin yun nakikreate mo na result. Okay, so fast phase is like 5 to 6 days a week. So technically, that's almost sa isang linggo, halos lahat, bibigay mo na, no? Of course, yung Sunday, wag mo nang ano yan, ibigay mo na kay Lord yan sa family mo. So usually, ito yung ina-advise ko. 5 to 6 days a week, 1 to 2 hours lang naman yan a day. It doesn't even have to be na talagang nagkikita kayo ng coaches nyo. Basta meron kang discipline for your Usana time. Okay? So that will create your result faster. Trust me, proven yan. Okay? So, pero syempre, depende pa rin yan sa activities mo for your Usana time. Kasi guys, ganito. When you say Usana time, hindi pwede yung parang nasa bahay ako, mag-Usana ako, tapos biglang nandyan yung family, may mga distractions, nandyan pa yung mga dogs, di ba? Nandyan, ang daming mga distractions eh. Pag sinabi mo dapat na Usana time, it has to be clear sa'yo na Usana lang. You have to have an office or kaya a place that you can work on na walang istorbo, na naintindihan nila na busy ka, naintindihan nila you're working on a business, hindi yung petiks-petiks ka lang dyan. Kasi minsan, di ba, pag nakikita ka nasa bahay, alam mo yun, parang utos-utusan ka or papagawa sa yung ganito, yung ganyan. Kasi feeling nila wala kang ginagawa, okay? So that's a different thing. Hindi yun magiging quality. So you need to make sure that you have quality Usana time. Okay? So commitment is very important. Kaya nga ito, alamin nyo, reflect on this. Ano ba yung kaya kong ibigay sa business ko? Kasi hindi naman namin kayo pwedeng pilitin. At the end of the day, it's your business. So it's your own facing pa din. Pero ngayon nga, you have to set your expectations din. Kung ano yung pwede mo maging result kapag ito lang yung binigay mo na commitment. Okay? So ito, discouragements and negative people are everywhere. You have to understand, no, kahit parents pa yan, family, loved ones, pwede kayong inega. Diba? What more pa yung mga kaibigan mo lang, office mates mo lang. So marami ka talagang discouragements that you will face na minsan akala mo, in-expect mo, ito yung susupport sa'yo sa business, tapos siya pa yung number 1 nega mo. Diba? Siya pa yung number 1 na nagdi-discourage sa'yo. That's going to happen. But always remember, basta clear naman sa iyo what you're doing eh. So siguro to wrap this all up, I'll share with you guys a story. So ito, si Lolo tsaka si Lola, pauwi na daw sila. So pauwi na sila sa town nila, but in order for them to get home, they needed to cross mga several towns. 4 yata na towns to. So si Lola tsaka si Lola, pauwi na sila. So ito sila, nakasakay sila sa donkey. Okay? So nung pagdaan nila ngayon, may narinig sila nagwi-whisper, nagbubulong-bulungan. Sabi, ay grabe, kawawa yung donkey, patay yan. So narinig ngayon ni Lolo to, parang na-trigger si Lolo. Sabi, o nga no, parang may point siya, kawawa nga naman yung donkey. So sige, baba na lang ako. So baba na lang si Lola. Si Lola pa yung bumaba ng una pala. Okay, so si Lola kayo naglalakad, tapos si Lolo lang yung nakasakay. So after the second town, may narinig na naman sila na whispers. Ang sabi naman, ay grabe, hindi talaga gentleman si Lolo. Di ba? So parang nung narinig ni Lolo to, syempre affected na naman siya. Sabi niya, o nga, mali yata yung decision ko. Tara, palit tayo. So sa third town, nagpalit na sila. So si Lola naman yung nakasakay sa donkey. Now, pagtawid na naman nila, meron na namang nagbubulong-bulungan. Sabi, ay grabe, kilala mo na kung sinong boss sa bahay. Di ba? So nung narinig ni Lolo to, parang, o nga no, tama nga naman, mali dapat, hindi talaga dapat ganyan. So, ginawa niya sa fourth town, side by side na lang sila. So naglakad na lang sila kasama yung donkey. May narinig na naman sila. Sabi, grabe ang tanga no, may donkey hindi ginagamit. Okay, so pagdating nila sa bahay, sa town nila, ano sa tingin mo ang ginawa nila? So binuhat na lang nila yung donkey, no? So pero hindi, joke lang, hindi kasama yun. So hanggang dyan lang yung story. Okay, so what's the moral lesson of this? People will have something to say. Diba? Regardless kung anong gawin mo, may sasabihin yan eh. Diba? Maganda, hindi maganda, may sasabihin talaga yan. Pero at the end of the day, is it them that you need to please? Diba? Why would you listen to people that, alam mo yun, wala namang bearing sa'yo eh. For me, being a people pleaser is not a good quality. Dapat nga daw God pleaser tayo. Dapat si Lord yung napi-please, hindi tao. Okay? So as long as you feel like you're doing things naman morally, ethically, wala ka namang inaapakan, you're working hard on your dreams, don't let other people sway you. Kasi at the end of the day, kapag na-sway ka nila, sila ba magbabayad ng bills mo? Sila ba magbabayad ng gusto mong bahay, ng kotse na gusto mo? Wala. Di ba? So I hope that makes it clear for us na wala naman talagang pwedeng sabihin yung ibang tao para maapektuhan tayo. It's just us that lets them affect how we treat our business kapag may naririnig kang mga negatives, di ba? So, pero tanggalin nyo na yun, hindi naman kailangan yun. Pag naging successful ka naman, di bawian mo na lang. Tulungan mo sila, o di ba? So, yun yung magandang bawi, no? So, life is too short to worry about what others say or think about you. Their words can stop what God has planned for you. Okay? So, always remember yung yes upline attitude. Copy business lang to. Kopya-kopya lang tayo dito. Kung sino yung nauna sa inyo, may result sila. Kopyahin nyo lang yung ginawa nila para magka-result din kayo. So, create that discipline. Yun ang importante talaga. So, preparation as much as possible. I always remind people, attend group meetings, attend trainings talaga. Sobrang importante niyan. So, hindi naman sayang yung oras nyo dyan. You're investing time. The amount of income you generate is exponential to the amount and quality of time that you invest. Hindi mo sinasayang yung oras mo, ini-invest mo siya para mag-grow yung income mo. Okay, so ito sa skills na to, done na ako sa attitude part. Pero this is the last, hindi na ako magfo-focus dito. You can ask your coaches, your mentors for the skills kasi technically 20% na nga lang yan eh. So yung 80% you focus on that which is the attitude. Pero yung 20%, not to say ine-neglect nyo siya, pero this is a continuous learning experience for you guys that you need to develop continuously yung skills. Okay, so there are available trainings for this, specific trainings, di ba? You can ask for recordings about prospecting, about inviting. Madami naman po niyan. Pero syempre, hindi ko na siya maiisa-isa dito in detail. I'm out of time already. Pero yan, prospecting and inviting, madami. Yung mga skills na yan lang naman yung kailangan nyo. But before I let you guys go, baka lang kasi meron ditong nag-run pa ng Pacesetter. So you have to understand the importance of Pacesetter. Kasi ang Pacesetter na yan to start your momentum. It allows you to earn commissions faster, 10% matching bonus, and maraming mga benefits yan. Pero again, ang Pacesetter kasi, that's the design of USANA for you to start your business. And when you hit that, it creates a ripple effect that people under your team are also achieving Pacesetters. Yun lang yung kailangan talaga natin. So again, ang best way, always remember the best leadership business kasi si USANA. When you understand that it's a leadership business, the best leadership is always to lead by example. Diba? So Pacesetter is just an example that you set, that you hit for yourself, but not just for yourself, but for your whole team that you're about to build as you create your USANA or you build your USANA business. Okay, so as tips, marami naman nag-hit ng Pacesetter sa intensity, sobrang dami. Diba? Ang daming nakaka-achieve. So, humingi kayo ng tulong sa sponsors nyo, sa mga tao na nakahit, anong ginawa nila, baka makakuha kayo ng tips. And don't forget also sa mga nag-start with 200 points, you have to upgrade. Guys, 5 weeks lang ang binibigay ko na time frame dyan. Pero to be honest, 6 weeks yan. No? Pero 5 weeks lang dapat nga 4th week pa lang. Upgrade na as much as possible. Baka makalimutan, sayang din yan. 3 BC upgrade. Lalo na ngayon kasi, di ba, parang most people are starting with just 1 BC lang, yung 200 points. So, wag nyo i-neglect yung 3 BC kasi long-term pa din yan. That gives you, kumbaga, a good head start na meron kang 3 business centers to maximize. So, know your deadlines and i-track nyo siya. Isulat nyo as much as possible. Tapos dapat you're working on it already na you're selling at least 3 sell essentials or 6 na pala ngayon for you to be able to upgrade kung if you started with 200 points. Okay? So I'll end with this. Thank you so much. Overtime ako, Coach Lois. Pasensya na. Sabi ko, hindi ko kaya pagkasyahin sa isang oras talaga ang NDO. Pero at least ito, binawasan ko na yung slides. Hindi ko pa discuss yung ibang slides. So, di ba? So, pero anyways, clarity of purpose is the foundation of all success. I believe for everyone that has clear purpose on what they want to achieve and why they're going to use Usana, you have to understand, hindi yung ano lang yung gusto mong ma-achieve. Kailangan clear din sa'yo bakit si Usana yung pwedeng makatulong sa'yo para ma-achieve yun. That will make you unstoppable in building your business. Kasi kung clear lang sa'yo, ito yung purpose ko, tapos hindi naman pala nakikita na Usana yung makakabigay sa'yo niyan, eh di hindi ka pa rin unstoppable. Di ba? Pero if you wanna become unstoppable, it has to be clear. Reflect on this, give it time, and really sabihin na natin panghawakan nyo talaga ng mabuti yan. Kasi yan lang din ang meron kami when we were starting. It's just the vision of where we wanna go. It's not really clear sa amin kung paano kami makakarating doon. Clear lang sa amin ano yung gusto naming marating. Okay? So, assignments for NDO, lalo na sa mga bago, yung purpose nyo, yung why, dapat clear na yan. Vision board, again, recap lang to. And of course, sa prospecting kasi prospect list. This is where we start. So after ng NDO, we start prospecting na kaagad. So, okay? So I hope that may natutunan kayo for tonight. And thank you for listening and God bless you all. And see you sa office sa trainings natin sa Wednesdays. Back to you, Coach Alvin.
Thank you so much, Mentor. Maraming salamat po, Mentor Jermaine. Grabe. This session is very eye-opening and refreshing para sa lahat, no? Grabe. Actually, bitin di ba? So yung first part and we're looking forward for the next part which is yung skills ng ating Usana business. So I just would like to share some of my takeaways din, no? So sabi nga ni Mentor, entrepreneurship is about solving problems. 'Di ba? And yung ESBI ni Robert Kiyosaki, so better din basahin, especially sa mga bago, yung Rich Dad Poor Dad, 'di ba? And freedom is not free. 'Di ba? And every time, especially sa mga bago din, no, every time na may discouragements, mga nega, ng mga prospects, always remember the story of yung ni Bruno at saka ni Pablo, 'di ba? So, and yung story ng donkey tsaka ni Lolo at ni Lola, 'di ba? So every time na may encounter mo yung mga negativity, oo nga, ito pala yung sinasabi ni Mentor Jeremy na kwento, di ba? Totoo pala yung kwento, di ba? So, yun guys, we're very excited na i-apply lahat ng mga tunan natin sa ating Usana business and of course yung assignment ni Mentor, yung brilliant compensation ni team sales, vision board, weekly planning, and of course yung why and prospect list sa ating Usana business. So again, maraming salamat po, Mentor Jeremy, for your time and for your wisdom tonight, no? So to award the certificate of appreciation, ayan, so I would like to read. Ayan, paulan na natin si Mentor Jermaine ng thank you so much sa ating chat box, guys, no? So this certificate of appreciation is awarded to Mentor Jermaine Bachelier for his invaluable contribution in imparting a business mindset and best practices during Intensity's online Kickstart Monday, held via Zoom on the 3rd of November 2025. His generosity, professionalism, and lasting impact are deeply appreciated and signed by Intensity mentors. So again, maraming salamat po, mentors, and we're looking forward for more trainings po sa inyo. So, ayan, okay. So for our announcements, guys,
Thank you so much,
please. Opo, salamat po, Mentor. And for our announcements, guys, so please take note of these and put it in our calendar. Ayan. So let's have our announcements. Group photo po pala, no? Nakalimutan natin. Let's open our camera, guys. We can put it on our My Story para sa ating mga attraction marketing din, di ba? So, let's open our camera po and tingin po tayo sa ating, ayan, camera. Alright. So, Coach Jen or Coach John, sige po, do the honor po. And 3, 2, 1, smile. Ayan. So, next page po. Smile. Okay. Thank you so much again, Mentor Jermaine, and sa ating committee, online committee. All right. So for our announcements, okay. So, loading lang po, no? So, for our announcements, ayan. Ayan, all right. So, this is for Tel Aviv Wellness and Spa. So, hello ladies. Ayan, this is for you guys, no? And Phuket, Thailand. So, grabe. Amazing. Diba? Imagine mo, the trip ko for our ladies. Diba? And Grab Med Phuket, Thailand. So, grabe. Amazing po. So, ayan po yung video. And for more information about those incentives, you can check it out. Alright. So, next announcement po is, I think we have more announcements. Yan, this is the official poster, guys. You can check on our official Usana Facebook page then. Diba? And next announcement is about our extended this week our leadership summit qualifications, no, in Tokyo. So yan, November 8 guys, this week po ito, no. And for Usana Business Symposium, save the date po, November 16. This will be held at Space at 1 Ayala. Okay, and then ayan guys, so thank you sa ating committee, no, grabe, for arranging our weekly training schedule kala Coach Anshe, 'di ba? So from Monday to Thursday, we have events po, no? Online Kickstart Monday, and Tuesday we have Hakot. So tomorrow po ito, we can bring our guests. And on Wednesday, this is live training po sa ating Usana Makati office at the Enterprise Center. And on Thursday, especially po sa mga part-timer, we can have a power hour. Yan. And then, meron pa po ba tayo na announcement? And thank you, yes, Coach Lois, maraming salamat. So, every Monday, guys, wag niyo to kakalimutan our online Kickstart Monday, 'di ba? Dapat a-attend talaga tayo kasi it's online na, no? And it's very convenient na matuto talaga. So, we will be having a breakout room, guys. Hintayin lang po natin ang ating breakout session, no? Para makapag-share po tayo ng ating mga thoughts and ating mga ideas and ating mga learnings. So, yan guys, to wrap up our training, our online Kickstart Monday. So I would like to request everybody to have a silent. So, dear Lori, thank you for this wonderful new brand partners orientation and for the opportunity to learn and grow together. Even as the rain falls outside, we feel your presence pouring blessings upon us. Wisdom, clarity, and motivation. We're truly grateful for Mentor Jermaine, whose guidance inspires us to dream bigger and work harder with purpose. Lord, may everything we've learned today not just stay in our minds, but take root in our hearts. Help us apply these lessons with integrity, faith, and passion so we can be instruments of hope and success to others. May our actions always reflect your light and goodness in everything we do. As we close this session, we lift up every